Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me for another review. Today I'm going to bring you the third installment of the Tiny Speaker review. This is the final installment because I don't own any more Tiny speakers. First we did the PSB Imagine Mini, then we did the Monitor Audio Radius 90, and now I have the Silverline Minuet Supreme Plus. Sorry it's taken me for so long to do this review. Life gets busy, things happen, but I saw the subscribers keep smashing that subscribe button. A lot of people in the comments section constantly asking questions. I love that kind of engagement and feedback, and it got me pumped up to do this next video. So we're gonna kind of go over my system real quick because there have been some minor changes. I'm gonna tell you about the speakers. By the way, I've had these for a little over 2 years. I have enjoyed countless hours on all kinds of setups, so I'm very, very familiar with them. They're fully broken in and things like that, but I'll take you through the specs of them, you know, the size, the build, the price, all that good stuff. I'll tell you a little bit about how they sound, what I think, my experience, and then we'll wrap up the review with some pros and cons. So first of all, some quick changes in my audio system. For those of you that don't know, previously I was using my iPhone 10 as a source. All my music was bought through iTunes, and I was streaming that via Bluetooth to an Audio Engine B1 Bluetooth receiver and DAC. Some of you guys in the comments really didn't appreciate that, and you thought I should upgrade. So I did, okay? I got a Blue Node Sound 2i network streamer. I use Tidal now for all my music, so it's CD quality or MQA for the most part. And that's gonna be, you know, directly from the streamer itself. And if it is from the phone, it goes to the streamer via AirPlay, so there's no quality loss there. So I hope that can kind of calm everyone's concerns about my lack of quality source. You know, I did upgrade my source, and I want to say thank you to the people in the comments for kind of pushing me to do that. I've really been enjoying the network streamer and the improved quality it's provided. I'll do a review on that network streamer probably in a couple of months after I've become really familiar with it. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm going to get into the specs. Oh, by the way, as far as the sound system goes, these don't have these speakers don't have like a leg up on the competition because I have the network streamer now. Because again, remember, I've owned these for many years and I've listened to these countless times with MP3s, okay? So we're gonna just get into it. So these have a Silk Dome tweeter. The midwoofer, I say it's a 4-inch, that's what I measure it as. Depending on where you read, some will say it's a 3 1/4, 3 1/2. Silverline's website says 3 1/4 inch. I measured it as a 4-inch midwoofer. It says it'll play from 55 hertz to 28 kilohertz. I'll talk about the bass and stuff like that later, of course. The sensitivity is 88.5 decibels. These are not difficult to drive at all. Out of all the speakers I've owned and played, you know, the Revel Concerto 2 M16s, the Dynaudio EMIT M10s, the Buchard S400s, the Monitor Audio Radius 90s, the PSB Imagine Minis, and others. When I plug these in, they're just a little bit louder. They're a little bit louder than everything else, so I'll call these easy to drive. At least they're the easiest to drive pair that I own. They are an 8-ohm speaker. This next spec, this really blows me away. Silverline Audio says these are good for as little as 10 watts and as much as 300 watts RMS. I don't have 300 watts RMS a channel to put that to the test. I don't know if I would if I did have an amp that powerful. I might, honestly, just for shits and giggles. I might. The height of these are 9 inches tall. They're 5.5 inches wide, and they are 9 1/4 inches deep, which is rather deep for a tiny speaker like this. They are $700 US. I did reach out to Silverline Audio before doing this review just to see if there was anything they wanted me to include, any comment or anything about their history. Alan Yun said he just wanted people to know that they are also available in piano black for an extra $50, and there's a limited supply of those. So if you're looking at these speakers and you like them and you wish there was a different color, there is a limited supply of piano black. Real quick, I'm going to take you just kind of through the speakers, some of these things I like real quick. The metal terminal, oh, by the way, they are by-wire speakers. I use Mesa Audio Ref 4 jumpers. They do come with like those metal jumpers. I don't use metal jumpers, I just use these. I think they look cool, and I think they're supposed to give a sound upgrade and such. They got a small port, they are a small speaker, metal terminal plate, I really appreciate that. Full wood veneer all around, as you can see, including the front. And I'm a big fan of that. You've probably heard me say in other videos that I absolutely detest when a company, you know, does a whole wood veneer and then the front is like not the wood veneer. I don't use grills. I don't have kids. I don't have dogs. I don't have cats. I like to see the front of my speaker. So first, I want you guys to know I really love these speakers a lot. They are one of my favorite speakers of all times. Out of the 3 tiny speakers we have reviewed so far, these being the 3rd, these are my favorite. These are the best. These are the ones I recommend. They absolutely are the best tiny speaker out there, in my opinion. The highs, they're smooth, they're laid back, never fatiguing, but not dull either. Now, it is a silk dome tweeter, so it's not going to have as much resolution as a titanium, aluminum, or beryllium tweeter will have. You're not going to hear every shred of detail like you would from a metal tweeter or something that's even much more expensive. It's a silk dome tweeter. It's a $700 speaker. It's as revealing as I think it should be. I can hear everything I feel like I'm supposed to hear, and I love it. I love the tweeter. I think it's great. The mids on these are beautifully warm and rich. It's probably one of my favorite things about this speaker. Vocals come through beautifully. Just the presence these speakers have. And by the way, my room is about 20 by 23 feet, so it's not a tiny room. It's a decent sized room. And these can fill this room with room filling sound, and my amplifier only puts out about 50 watts RMS at 8 ohms. The mid-range is truly beautiful on these. It's really similar to like that warm, silky mid-range a lot of guys talk about, the tube amplifiers. I love it. I will say, after owning so many speakers though, I do believe it's a bit of coloration. You know, it's not accuracy that you're hearing. The speakers color the sound a little bit, and I love the way they do it, honestly. So, yeah, if you're looking for just the most accurate sound, these aren't going to give that to you. If you're looking for truly beautiful sound, a speaker that's really musical, these speakers do that in spades, you know. The bass is what we're going to talk about next here. They have great quality, but very low quantity in the bass department. And again, it's a 4-inch woofer, even though it's got a big cabinet, much bigger than most speakers with any 4-inch woofer. I mean, again, it's pretty deep. It's almost as deep as the Buchard S400 or the Revel Concerta 2, which is like a full-size bookshelf speaker. It really will play down to the 55 hertz that they say it will. Does it do it with any kind of depth and authority and power? No, it doesn't. There's a little bit of bass there, and it's enough for the music to sound correct. The quality of it is actually very, very good. Just the quantity, again, is not tremendous. And I don't think anyone watching this channel expects tremendous bass from a 4-inch woofer. These definitely require a sub, in my opinion. I think every speaker I've reviewed so far, I have said I would use a sub with. I would use a sub with towers, but these really do need a sub to sound their fullest. Now, one of the coolest things about these speakers is they pair well with just about any sub. I have about 5 different subwoofers myself, and I have never taken more than about 2 or 3 minutes setting up a sub with these speakers and just making it sound perfect. Because they produce so little deep bass of their own, setting up a sub is almost effortless. Whether you want the sub to kind of meet high or low, like it doesn't matter. You just turn your sub on, you know, you set the frequency to wherever you normally like it, and you give it as much volume as you want, and it just blends perfectly every time. I really like that about these. Another note about the sound on these is the decay is beautiful. And again, I think that's part of the coloration, because I own speakers that are triple the price and they don't have the kind of decay and warmth these have. And I've heard speakers that are, 20 times the price of these, and they don't have the warmth and decay that these have. So again, I do believe it's coloration, but it sounds great. I love it. Instruments oftentimes, you feel like you're there with them, or like the guitar player is coming to your living room and things like that. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not like a virtual reality or something, right? But if you sit back and close your eyes and really enjoy the music, it can really take you there. The transients are great. The dynamics of the speaker are great. The sound really is beautiful. It's just a beautiful, sweet sound. I am a little bit, I have a kind of a hard time describing these. That's one of the reasons they were last on my review for the tiny speaker reviews, just because I love them so much, and it was really hard for me to verbalize what it was that I liked about these speakers so much. I've had a lot of non-audiophile friends come over and listen to them, and when I plug in other speakers, there's other speakers like the Buchard S400 where my friends are like, yeah, that's way better. That is an amazing speaker, and it should be. It's almost triple the price. But they all say the same thing, that certain sounds, these just do better than everything I own. And again, maybe it's the coloration, and it probably is, but I like that. We're going to talk about some pros and cons real quick here. They have a beautiful finish. They really do. This rosewood veneer, I absolutely love it. It's a quality build. I'll do a little knock test. A lot of you guys ask in the comments for this very scientific, I don't know what that tells you. Oh, quick note, some people in the comments are like, hey, your room echoes a lot. That's terrible. Relax, okay? You're like the same people that say my stands are wobbly. Look, my room doesn't echo a whole lot. I use a mic that's like 40 bucks. I'm not gonna buy like a really expensive mic. If you don't like the echo in the video, send me like $18,000 via Venmo, and I'll step up to like a studio level mic. Until then, the mic I use is totally good enough for me. And my room echoes just enough to make the music sound better, in my opinion. But, so quality build, they knock test, whatever, and the sound is wonderful. Another pro, I think, is the price at $700. I really think this is a bargain. $700 is in every man's budget. Even if today, right now, you're only looking at spending maybe $300 on speakers, and these are $700, well, you could stop. You could save up for another 6 months or so, or, based on your pay, maybe 3 months, maybe a year, whatever. And you could buy these. You could totally buy these. No one can say they can't afford these, in my opinion, unless you live in a, maybe a not so good place in the world. Let me see if there's any other pros here. Did I mention I love them? Cons. So bass presence, again, they're not going to play like something with an 8-inch woofer, 6-inch woofer, or anything bigger than what they are. The bass presence just is not strong. However, it is acceptable for the size. Again, these are not the most detailed speaker. It's a silk dome. It's not going to have as much resolution, as much clarity, and be as revealing as something with an aluminum tweeter like the Revel Concerta 2M16. If you want a really revealing speaker, get that speaker. It's a great speaker. And I will put this down as a con. I will say that it lacks accuracy. And I only say that for the really, really picky people, because as warm as they sound and as amazing as the decay and the transients are, I do think it's a little bit of coloration, and that means it's not really tonally accurate. However, if you have not heard me say it the first few times, they sound beautiful. I love these speakers so much. I own speakers that sound better, but I love these, and they are my favorite speaker of all time, considering all things like price, size, look, sound, just like the whole balance of things. Like, these are great in a bedroom, these are great in a living room, they're great in an office, they're great at low volume, they're great at really loud volume, and they can play very, very loud. Now, again, look here, they're not going to have the off-axis response of the Buchard S400. They're not going to be as revealing as the Revel Concerta 2M16. They're not going to have the tonal accuracy that the PSP Imagine Mini or the Dynaudio EMIT M10 has, right? But what they do really, really well. And that's play music. If you're the kind of person that likes to just sit back and listen to your music and just enjoy the song, these speakers are for you, you know? They really are. Out of all the tiny speakers, these are the best in my opinion. There could be some other speaker out there that I don't know about, you know, who knows? But, and these are the most slept on. Like, a lot of people don't know about Silverline audio. And again, these are the Silverline Audio Minuet Supreme Plus. Check them out. If you have any questions, ask in the comments. I'll be putting links in the comments. I love comments, by the way. I probably respond to about 90% of them. I really enjoy conversing with everyone in that section. Just don't come at me with any like hate. I get like, some people say some like stupid bullshit. Like, I don't know how clear I could be about this. Like, I don't care. Like, if you don't like my video, I really don't. I do this for fun, and I do this for free, and I do this for the people that smash the subscribe button. I do it for the people that enjoy it, because I appreciate you guys. For the people that don't enjoy it, like, I really don't care. Like, scroll on to the next video, you know what I mean? Every now and then someone will post in the comments, like, why don't you play a sound test? Well, because that's kind of crazy, okay? You want me to play music through the speakers to a microphone that's going to get uploaded to YouTube that you're going to play through speakers again to listen to speakers? That's kind of crazy. Now, I understand instruments are recorded on microphones and such. Guys, those microphones in studios are like $20,000. I don't have one of those. I'm not going to play a sound demo ever. I think it's the craziest thing. Most mics don't pick up anything accurately in the consumer realm, right? And I'm not going to spend 20 grand. Look, if I'm going to spend 20 grand on something, I'll buy some goddamn speakers so you guys can enjoy more reviews, okay? Any questions, feel free. Tell me which speaker you guys want me to review next. I do have a few of my personal speakers left to review. I have the Emotiva Airmotive B1 because I do own some cheaper stuff. Those are like 300 bucks. I think that's the only speaker I have left. I still have my amplifier to review, the network streamer, the SVS subwoofer that I have recently purchased. I recently got a Bowers & Wilkins subwoofer, ASW 08 or something like that. I'm going to review that. Very musical sub. Yeah, look, I've jibber-jabbered on enough. These are great speakers. My review in a nutshell, they're freaking awesome. Buy them, love them. Until next time, thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the music.